Hello, I'm Bill Ansley. I'm on your TLA board and I'm chair of the Public Works Committee. And I'm here today with our construction manager, Bill Campbell, who's responsible for a lot of important things on this island. But the one today we want to talk about is one that lies beneath, and that is the storm drains. It's a critical part of our infrastructure and one that we have to maintain. And storm drains are not to be confused with water or sewer, which is managed by utilities, but our storm drains are managed by the TLA homeowners and our association. How many miles of storm drains do we have? We have over 80. That would run from here to Sea Island. So it's a lot of storm drains that we have to maintain. Since our island is only 10 feet above sea level, it's critical that we move the water away when we get these big rains or king tides. So that is one of the things we do. And so Bill is going to talk about our storm drains and how we maintain them.
Well, a storm drain system, like Bill said, is about 80 miles long, and it is comprised of many different types of storm drains, pipe sizes, different neighborhoods, et cetera, et cetera. But primarily, it's for runoff of our roads into our marshes, into our lagoons, and keeps the water supply like that. So that's one of the reasons that we like to keep our drains clear, keep the system functioning, and everybody's happy when that happens. The storm drain system was developed initially in 1972 in the Marshwood area and has progressed to 2003, adding Deer Creek, Oak Ridge, and Palmetto into that. So at Public Works, that's what our responsibility is, and we look at it every day and it functions every day. So that's what we're doing.
So Bill, I recently watched your team working in my neighborhood in Palmetto, and I've got some pictures that I took of the work that you were going on. But first, how do we determine the work needed to be done? And I think that's through an underground camera system that we run through to determine what's happening in our pipes.
Yeah, several years ago we purchased a camera system so Public Works could get out in front of where we want to go next with any kind of repair, any kind of inspection. That's been very good for us. In a situation like we have here, there's several different things going on. This pipe that you see here was a corrugated metal pipe. It had been in the ground for over 30 years, and obviously the salt water backing up into it destroyed that. So that's one we actually had to dig up and repipe. Over on this one here, you'll see a lining process. We use the CIPP lining process, which is state-of-the-art technology for lining storm drain pipes and that kind of thing. What that does, that eliminates the joints in the pipes, eliminate gasket failures, and provides us with a smooth transition.
So there's another key point to moving the water, and that's keeping the streets clean. People often ask us, why do we sweep our streets so often? And that's to keep the debris from washing into the storm drains and blocking the storm drains. And so that's critical. And I know this year we replaced one of our sweepers and actually got a bigger model that can make longer runs and have a bigger capacity. We still need the smaller models to run through the cul-de-sacs and the smaller, tighter areas, but adding this new sweeper helps us keep the streets clear.
That starts really with the property owner. They move their debris out to the streets for pickup by the county. Sometimes they put debris on top of our storm drains, which can end up in the storm drain, cause blockage, and eventually cause flooding if we have a rain event. So the sweepers are a key, the property owners are a key to make a smooth system and a functioning system at all times.
And so as a property owner, not only do we not need to move debris into the street, but we need to make sure our landscapers don't do that as well, right, and they keep it clear. Bill, this has been very enlightening. It's something a lot of us don't see. This particular project happened out in the open. It could easily have been between infrastructures with vegetation covering it, and when it gets that situation, it becomes more difficult for us to maintain it. So, Bill, thank you. We're fortunate to have an expert that can help us maintain our infrastructure.
Thank you.